and welcome to the Habits and Home Show. I'm your host, Lisa Lazat, and I help busy moms bring order to their homes by downsizing and decluttering and ditching old habits in exchange for systems that bring peace and more enjoyment to their lives. If you're a mom trying to show the love of Jesus to your family, but the clutter in your home keeps you overwhelmed and frustrated, you have come to the right place. On this podcast, you will hear easy, step-by-step tips to declutter and create systems so you can keep your home organized and finally walk in the peace God has promised you. Need some accountability? I've got you covered there too. Join the Accountability Club, a community of like-minded mamas decluttering and systemizing our homes together. Are you ready, friend? Let's get started. Hey friends, and welcome to the show. Since it is December and we have 4 weeks until Christmas, I want to do a short Christmas series on Christmas topics and minimalism, gifts, anything related to any of the things and issues that we encounter during the holiday season. And so I wanted to first discuss for this first episode how to have a minimalist Christmas. Now, you don't have to be a self-proclaimed minimalist. You don't even have to live by a minimalist, ideology or philosophy or anything like that. I actually don't subscribe to modern minimalism. I do more of a mindful minimalism approach to my lifestyle. I really just take into consideration what my environment needs to look like to support me in accomplishing the task and the goals that I want to accomplish on a daily basis. And so I'm very, very mindful about what I keep in my home, how I set up in my environment. I want to reduce the resistance as much as possible for the routines and the tasks that I need to get done. And so for me, a couple of years ago, I would probably say 14 years ago now, or maybe even 10 years ago, when I started this minimalist journey, or to be more mindfully minimalist, it was very difficult for me to get things done. And I just started the journey of downsizing my home to my own personal capacity so that I can maintain it to my own standard. Right? My husband was working full time and he still does. And I was staying home with the kids all day. And I just had bought into and really didn't even know, how to stage my home so that it served me. So I bought into the more is more philosophy and take in more toys, take in more clothes, take in more pantry items, more. And I realized that more is just more stress, more work, more management, and I didn't want to do more. I wanted to do less. I wanted to soak in more of what is important to me or what was important to me. And so all these things that I was managing was just getting in the way. And so I just started, I came to a point in my life, it was probably during 2013 when both my parents passed away in the same year. And I had 3 kids under the age of 4. And it was between losing my parents and having to declutter or clean out their house and not being able to find important paperwork, as well as being pregnant, having a child, and taking care of 2 other toddlers at the time, I hit rock bottom. I struggled with grieving, not necessarily depression, but anxiety. I had my first anxiety attack during that year, and it really propelled me into, okay, enough is enough. I am done. I am absolutely done. And that's what I tell a lot of my clients and students is that to really, for this lifestyle that you want to create, this more minimal lifestyle you want to create, you really got to get to the end of yourself. You got to get to the end where you say, I am absolutely done. I am done. I am done. I'm done. Okay. And you will probably say that multiple times throughout your journey. So don't think that this is a one and done deal. You are going to have to, this is going to be an ongoing process, right? Okay. So Well, that was a long way of telling you, a long story short, of how to telling you that I prescribe to a more mindful, minimalist approach. I don't prescribe to capsule wardrobes. I feel like they're rigid. I feel like they have too many rules. I don't prescribe to anything that is rigid or is a like legalistic form of, minimalism. I just don't do it. I choose mindful minimalism. I use decluttering as a form of therapy. If I feel like my world is topsy-turvy, I will just declutter a cabinet or declutter a drawer. I feel like it's very cathartic and very therapeutic. I like refreshing spaces. Like I told my accountability club just on Tuesday when we were working in our kitchens together. I said my kitchen is pretty well decluttered and minimalist, but this drawer, our office supply drawer, which used to be called the junk drawer, it needs a refresher. And so every once in a while, I will just refresh my spaces, and I don't necessarily have to get rid of more, but I take a reevaluation of the things that are in my home, and I'm very mindful about what I keep in my home. I'm very protective. I'm very guarded, not necessarily like legalistic, but I just want to keep things in my home that will reduce the resistance for the tasks that I want to complete on a daily basis. Okay, so going back to Christmas and how this all relates to Christmas, you might be at your end right now and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm not looking forward to Christmas. My kids are going to get a million gifts, not just from us, but from the relatives as well. And we are going to cover all that in the upcoming episodes. But for today, I want to talk about how to approach your own gift giving for your kids and for the people in your immediate family in your home. So I started doing this a couple of years ago, just kind of like using this framework to help guide me in how I think about my kids' presents. I want to be intentional, but I also want to create some fun, right? I want Christmas to be something that they're not just getting socks and underwear, but they're also getting something that's exciting. Now, how we do Christmas different than we do birthdays. So birthdays, we tend to get our kids just one thing. And we have set that standard from the very beginning, from when they're very little. We get them just one thing. We hang a birthday banner. We blow up some balloons. We might do a homemade cake, or we might do a store-bought cake. We probably go out to Texas Roadhouse. Like that is our very, very simple family traditions for birthdays. And my kids are satisfied. Y'all, I have indoctrinated my kids and trained them to be satisfied with just that. And they never ask for more. They never expect more. They are very excited for their one birthday present. And so I really think that you too can set that standard for your kids. Even if you've gone too far, even if you've done the big bounce house birthdays with the balloon arches and all those things, the Pinterest parties, I think you can tone it back down to where it is simple. And so what we choose to do is on Christmas, we make it a little bit bigger and a little bit more fun. Now, you could do the reverse. You could do it where each person's birthday is big and then Christmas is small, where you only give one gift. But we like to do, we use Christmas more as like a celebration. And everybody's involved in it, presents for everybody, kind of like what Oprah used to say, you get a present and you get a present and you get a present, everybody gets presents, right? So we really enjoy the bigger experience for Christmas. So that being said, we do want to be mindful about what we give our kids. We used to, when our budget was a lot smaller, we were, struggling 20-something-year-olds with little kids. My husband was a youth pastor at the time, and we made very, very little money. And so our budget per child used to be it used to be a lot less. But now, my husband's taken a different job. Our budget is a little bit more flexible, and our kids have been able to participate in sports that we couldn't normally afford. They wear name brand clothes that we hadn't been able to afford back in the day. Or if we did, it was all secondhand. And we are still very thrifty. I just bought my son some Nike sweatpants from Dick's Sporting Goods yesterday, and I about fell on the floor. I'm like, can we get the DSG or the D, whatever it's called, the Dick's Sporting Goods brand instead? He's like, no, Mom. I'm like, oh my goodness, teenagers are expensive. And I said, boy, you better sleep in these. You better swim in these. You better, I said, you better take good care of them. And we got the color black because he's a 14-year-old and clothes just get stained, right? So black is the new color, the new rainbow color for every color. So anyway, teenagers are expensive. So anyway, we use Christmas time, and we've kind of conditioned our kids to expect this as well. We use Christmas time as a time to restock for things that they need, things that they have grown out of. I mean, it's halfway through the school year. And so they've grown out of clothes, they've grown out of shoes. I remember when I was in elementary school, specifically fourth grade, I remember coming back from Christmas vacation and all of my friends, all of my fancy friends, they all had brand new Nike shoes. And that was the thing that you came back to school. But I understand when your kids grow out of things, you really do need to replace them. And so we push it with clothes. Like my boys need pants desperately. And I'm like, hey, Christmas is coming up. You just have to wear your shorts or wear your smaller high water pants until Christmas comes, because I'm going to use that as a Christmas present that you unwrap. So anyway, we used Christmas time as a time of restocking. And I really think that you can condition your kids to be satisfied with this. And when they become adults, they will be happy with the restocking. Trust me, if my mom were alive right now and she restocked me with brand new underwear, as a 41-year-old, I would be extremely thankful. Y'all, we don't buy ourselves underwear very often, do we? No, we don't. Or new PJs or anything that is worn and tattered. Especially us moms, we tend to wear things out until they have holes so we can spend money on our kids. At least that's what my mom did and what I tend to do. So I use this time as a time to restock things that my kids have grown out of or they need replacing. So I follow this, roughly this rough draft or this rough outline as far as what I'm thinking about getting for my kids for Christmas. So something replaced, something needed, something wanted, and something surprised. Okay, very simple. Something needed, or something replaced, something needed, something wanted, and a surprise. So I like Amazon. I mean, I have nothing against Amazon. Do I think it's a big, box company? Absolutely. Do I wish that local companies, that I could find what I want at local companies and that they were affordable? Absolutely, I do. But unfortunately, Amazon has a monopoly on the market. And so if you're not an Amazon customer, then kudos to you. But I had a couple of years ago when my kids started using technology, I just tell them, or they actually asked, Mom, can I create a wish list on Amazon? It's kind of like the old like Sears or JCPenney catalog where we went in and we like circled things. And so they just kind of browse on Amazon and make their wish list. My oldest two, they're a little bit more organized with their wish list. They actually put it in Apple Notes and they put links to the different items and they tell me what size, what color, and I'm like, y'all are the best kids ever. Y'all make shopping so easy. So I do have them fill out a Christmas wish list, and I kind of use this template, this outline to help guide me as far as what to buy for them. So something replaced, something needed, something wanted, and a surprise. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean just 4 gifts. If they need like 3 pairs of jeans, then I use Christmas to get them 3 pairs of jeans. If they need t-shirts or underwear or socks replaced, then I just make them hold out until then. I hold on to my pocketbook throughout the rest of the year, except for when a new school year comes along, and I just make them wait. And it teaches them patience. It teaches them that, to budget. It teaches them that they too will one day do this for their own kids instead of just, buying them something at every ask, right? So kind of think about what you can replace for your kids. So for us, I'm thinking about some things that we can replace for our kids. My daughter needs makeup. doing buy her makeup throughout the year? Yeah, but this is also something I can wrap up and give her, a replacement set of makeup. For my 14-year-old, he needs a new bat because he's about to go into a new baseball season and he grows out of his bats. I don't know why they do that. I don't even know why they don't have like a team bat. Why do they do that? I don't know. Maybe like the bat company or the supply companies, sporting goods companies just have like an in with the travel and school ball associations, and I'm like, just share a bat. Back in the old days, they just used to share a bat, and they used to just have a Gatorade water cooler where you'd like get a little cup and you'd fill it up. And no, everybody has to have all their fancy things. Oh, I wish we could go back about 20 years, right? Okay, so then my youngest, he always needs like, I don't know, something like a new soccer ball replaced or something. So I do something related to their extracurricular activities, something needed. They always need clothes. Y'all, I don't know about you. Everybody says, oh, wait till they hit puberty and they grow out of things. My kids have been growing out of things since birth. So I'm always having to replace clothes. And thankfully, we have had friends that have always been a little bit ahead of our kids and have passed down a lot of clothes. Y'all, if you need to put a sign out at your driveway that you welcome hand-me-down clothes, then do it. Put it on your Facebook post or something. And I just think, as the amount of people that I work with that declutter their kids' clothes and just take them to the store to donate, we need to have some kind of, we need to network with our friends. We need to network with people in our community and be like, hey, I'm open for taking hand-me-down clothes, size 14. All right. And then something wanted. Yeah, that's where the wish list comes in. And I love seeing what my kids want. And it surprises me that they don't often want a lot of things for Christmas. Their lists are very small. Now you might have a child that's can just name a million things that they want, but my kids are actually, maybe it's the lifestyle that we've raised them in and the mindset that we've raised them in, but they're very mindful about what they ask for. And we usually get it for them because they don't ask for a lot. So take that into consideration if you mamas with young kids, that holding back a little bit actually produces some really good kids, right? And then something surprise might be off their wish list, or it might just be a couple of things to go in their stocking. And so something that is our holiday tradition for Christmas morning is that we take turns unwrapping presents and we try to drag it out as long as possible because it's really fun. And so we just we don't necessarily go in a circle or anything like that, but we really focus on each person as they open their own gift. And so that's something that we do to make the day special. Okay, so hopefully this helps you out, kind of gives you a little bit of encouragement while you are thinking about Christmas. Hopefully you're not doing last minute Christmas shopping. I have already bought everything for my daughter because she gave me her Christmas list before Thanksgiving. So I bought everything on Black Friday, which was great. And then our other two children we're slowly looking for special things for them. Theirs are a little bit more expensive this year, but they are things that will actually last them. And I don't mind spending a little bit more money on quality things that are going to get the biggest bang for their buck, right? 2 years ago, my youngest one, he was 9 at the time, he asked for some as seen on TV toys, and he never played with them. He really didn't. And so now we're very, very mindful about any activity stuff that we get our kids. We want to get the goodie out of anything that we buy them. We don't want to just turn around. We don't want to do just filler toys or filler activities. They're no longer asking for toys anymore, but we don't want to get them filler stuff that is just a one and done, and it's it holds their attention for 10 minutes on Christmas Day, and then they never look at it ever again. So be really mindful about what you're giving. Don't just buy things to fill up the Christmas tree. If you're going to fill it up with anything, fill it up with the clothes that they need. And don't buy them junk, right? Okay. I hope you enjoyed this, and I look forward to being with you in the next couple of episodes that are going to be Christmas themed. And I hope you have a restful. Oh, one more thing. I do have to share a little testimony. So I've seen a lot of people this year on social media. I try to stay off of social media, but I saw a lot of people, like a lot of funny reels or something about right after Halloween, people tend to put up their Christmas stuff. They're like, oh, Halloween's gone. We're going to put up Christmas. And it's like November 1st and everything. And I was like, okay, that feels a little early. I still like pumpkins and fall decor and everything, but I will tell you that I ended up putting up my Christmas decorations along with my fall decorations. I put up my fall decorations in August, and so I got a good 3 months out of them. But I still had some pumpkins on the front porch, but I did bring out my Christmas decor the first week of November, and we put it all out. Christmas tree, lights, stockings, everything. And we usually in the past would wait till after Thanksgiving because our family really loves Thanksgiving. And we would always do it like the day of Thanksgiving and everything. And then I always felt behind. I always felt like behind and busy between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I felt like there wasn't enough time to really enjoy those Christmas decorations. So this year I put out our Christmas decorations the first week of November, and I came back from our little Thanksgiving trip because we went and saw my brothers at the beach and spent the weekend with them. And I came back and walked into my house and all my Christmas decor was up, and I was like, I am so proud and thankful for my earlier self, my past self, for doing this for me, because I came in and I was completely relaxed. I wasn't frazzled. I wasn't thinking, oh my gosh, I got to do decorations and I got to do shopping and I got to do parties and make sure I have Secret Santa gifts and white elephant gifts. And I didn't feel that way. And so forever and always, I will now, sometime at the beginning of November, put up my Christmas decoration. So I know some of y'all are going to be like, nope. It's my tradition. I'm not putting it up until after Thanksgiving. Y'all, I was like that, but now I'm switched. I'm forever switched. And so that's what we call front loading. So I want you to think about how you can front load, especially your Christmas or your holiday season, as much as possible. So meaning shop for gifts in the summer, party gifts, any parties that you're going to, white elephant gifts, putting up Christmas decorations earlier, maybe making Christmas cookies and freezing them. Like anything you can do to front load your holidays is going to be well worth your time and your energy. Okay, that's just my little tidbit on the end of this episode. I will see you right here next time on the Habits and Home Show. Hey friend, before you go, I wanted to tell you more about the Accountability Club. Each month, we'll tackle a new space in our homes and work together to declutter and set up systems so we can easily maintain order without getting overwhelmed. You'll get a new decluttering tutorial each month, the coaching and accountability you need to actually follow through, and encouragement without judgment from other Christian moms in a safe environment. And guess what? The entire club is off of social media, so you don't have to worry about distractions the world may throw at you. Sweet friend, if you're feeling stuck in your decluttering journey, this is the place for you. Click the link below to try out the Accountability Club and start decluttering today.